I think this is the perfect AT4 spec you can buy. And I'm definitely being biased because this is one of my favorite colors in the AT4. This truck is unfortunately sold, and if you would like to purchase a truck from Jerry Seiner, be sure to reach out to Matt Tilton in the commercial department. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys can see some of the options and features on this spec. At the very top is the description, and then here are the colors. Thunderstorm gray with the black and Kalahari interior accents. And then here's a short listing of the standard equipment. Base price is going to be $72,200. And here are all the options. So Duramax, AT4 Premium Plus, Gooseneck and fifth wheel package, Thunderstorm gray, trailer tire pressure for 50 bucks. And then destination comes in at $1995 with a total price of $89,310. To no surprise, the AT4 did go up in price for 2025 by $900. And that's in part to the fact that it is the sportier trim level. It has that really nice off-road look. It's the only trim level you can get blackout on because there's really no chrome on this truck except for like the emblems. And it just looks cool. I think most people are gonna buy this truck simply because you get painted bumpers and you just have the black accents. And when you get Thunderstorm gray, oh my goodness, it's just the perfect setup. So premium lighting, top and bottom, which is LED. And you guys can see the blackout, and you have this chrome, it's not even chrome, it's like a silver trimming there. I would say maybe even a satin. Front parking sensors, cameras on the front end too. And that hood scoop is going to be functional because it has a diesel. Red recovery hooks down below, and more of the black trimming down there too. Off to the side, more badging, engine block heater plug. And then check out the 20-inch wheels. These are definitely my favorite design. And they are wrapped in a Goodyear Wrangler Trail Runner AT tire. Basically a 34.1-inch tall tire, 11 inches wide, I think, in that ballpark. And it's going to have 3,750 pounds of capacity, 80 psi, fabric material for the wheel well, Rancho shocks, and of course that independent front suspension too. You have your side marker lights on the fender flares. You can get these painted depending on the color you get. I'm not sure if on Thunderstorm you can get those fender flares painted though. And here's just a good side view. Painted door handles, no chrome on those power deployable running boards. Smart key system on the front. It's a good looking truck. Here are the mirrors. You have the blind spot monitoring, backup lights for your trailer or just to back up the truck, and black trimming around the windows. And those power deployable running boards have perimeter lighting. There are your steps on the side of the bed, 6-foot 10-inch bed. 36-gallon fuel tank, 7-gallon DEF. And because this is a 3500, you're going to have those 2 overloads and 5 leaves in the main pack. Liner out back as well. But yeah, I definitely like the overall design of this truck. It does have a really nice appearance to it. And one thing that's nice about the AT4 and the X is they only have these available for these 2 trims. So you have that black outline, looks really nice. More parking sensors, class 5 hitch. You're gonna get that multi-pro tailgate. And pretty much drops down into a step for you. And you have your 4 and 7 pin for that 5th wheel prep, 2 cameras. Now, I can't remember, didn't they used to put like AT4 or Denali on the front of the bed there? They don't do that anymore. It just says GMC. I guess they figured, not a big deal anymore, right? Down below, 342 rear with a diesel, and they just give you a basic spare tire. So if you go off-road, you might want to upgrade that. I would. And then here is that Thunderstorm in the shade. This is considered the Gen 2 L5P Duramax, 6.6 liter displacement still. They did do some updates to the combustion and the turbocharger. You can kind of see the controller right there. I guess that's what I would call it. That is slightly different from the 2023 and earlier L5P Gen 1s. Now, 470 horsepower, 975 pound-feet of torque. That did get a decent increase over that Gen 1. And I've done some towing tests with the Gen 1s, with the Gen 2s, and the Gen 2s definitely perform better, fuel economy wise and for the performance. So getting up to speed, I went up a 6% grade with my truck and my friend's AT4, and they performed better than the Gen 1. So what more can you say? Denso fuel pump, which is going to be reliable. They went away from the CP4 a while back. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. As far as the interior goes, I couldn't tell any differences for 2025. So for most people, that's probably good news if you bought the 2024. But yes, the truck costs more money, and it looks like the interior is the exact same. Now, some people do say they don't like the Kalahari accents on the AT4 interior. Here's what I'll tell you. I like the fact that GMC decided to at least give the AT4 a unique interior for this trim level. Chevy just brought out the HD Trail Boss for 2025, and if you get an LT or LTZ, well, that's the interior you're gonna get. You're not gonna get anything unique. The exterior is the only difference on that truck. But as far as the door card goes, a lot of leather on here and soft touch, and I like these graphics, more of that like black chrome on the interior. Some of this was on the exterior as well. Seat memories, all your controls for your mirror, so you have power fold and power tow mode, 9-speaker Bose sound system, and 10-way driver seat. Let's go check out that passenger seat next. 10-way passenger seat. And here's the door. And as far as the dash goes, all this is soft touch, including down below. Dash has that leather wrap storage. And then down below here, in case you were wondering, if you want to use it for a bed camper, it's 2,917 pounds of capacity for that. So that's going to sit inside the bed. It's an FYI. And as you guys saw, this one did have the tire pressure monitoring for this truck. That's a no-brainer. It's only, what, $50? I want to say it's like triple that at the dealership, so it'd be silly not to. And then here's just the back behind the passenger side. Seat back pockets. Let's jump back over to the driver's side. Here's some of your controls inside. This does have an automatic four-wheel drive. You have 2 drive modes, normal and off-road, and then tow haul. All your lighting's there. Cruise control. And then you have this to control your 12-inch screen, and then 13.4-inch display on this side. Pretty much the reason why you'd buy an AT4 is if you just want the perfect blend of sportiness and off-road features. Although I will say, the AT4 offers nothing more than what you can get on a Denali. So the X31 off-road package is basically what this AT4 is. So the AT4 exterior is the biggest difference between a Denali and AT4. Same thing goes for the interior. You're gonna have a different styling of interior, whereas you're gonna have wood trimming on that Denali. But as far as the features, you get downhill assist, right? You have the Trail Runner off-road tires, or all-terrain tires as they call it, and the Rancho shocks. So those are the major differences. Also forgot auto locker out back, and again, that's on the Denali too. So push button starts right here. You guys can see your seat comfort, heated and ventilated, dual climate control, and this screen is probably one of the best. You do have 360 camera view there, bed view cameras right here, and you do have the backup line for your trailer if you hit it there on the side. Also, they give you these cool ones, and if you need to see where those tires are going off-road, or if you're just not good at parking a big truck early on, you can actually set up this screen here. This is how I have mine set up. So I put my cameras right here. That way when I'm pulling into a parking lot, I can pretty much see where I'm going, although I would rather be in this one here. So I just think that having that there is nice. You can remove stuff from this screen too if you like. You can move things around. So if you don't have an Android phone, you can just slip this on the other page like this. I didn't do it, but you get the idea, right? And this is considered home audio, wireless, Apple CarPlay and Android, which is pretty typical these days. Unfortunately for the navigation, you do have to pay for it after about a month or so. That's the only thing I don't like about this new system, is like, why not just make things standard like they've always been? Always complicating what's not needed to be complicated. Exhaust brake, lane keep assist alert, parking sensors. You can drop the tailgate. You can't lift it back up though. Caution lights, traction control, and as I said, downhill assist. You guys see those two USBs, type A, type C. Trailer brakes right there. AT4 badge. More USBs, wireless charger, 120 volt house style plug. This area is illuminated. And I know some people don't like the fact that this does block the screen. It does block the screen, don't get me wrong, it does. But I don't really notice it, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. Now on this side, I was hoping to see more information from GMC. I like to see all the temperatures, especially when I'm towing my trailers. I have 2 of them, so it's just nice to see more stuff, but they give you enough things to keep you happy. This screen is fully customizable, which is nice about having a gauge cluster that's a screen. You can just change up the overall layout if you don't like what you see, or if you just want something a little different, you can do that. Also, heads-up displays right here, you can kind of see it. They do need to add more information here. I think that having the temperature, the time is nice to have there. They don't offer that right now. Ford does though. Out back, outboard heated seats, USBs. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the Payload. So this truck is pretty decked out. There's not many more options you can get. So this is the pretty typical Payload you're gonna see. So gross axle rating out front is gonna be 5,600 pounds. You can increase that if you like. Gross axle weight rating in the rear is gonna be 7,250. 12.1 gross vehicle weight rating and 20 by 8.5 wide wheels. I like how wide these wheels are. I like them to be 9, but 8.5 is a good number. 3,667 pounds is Payload. 20,000 pound conventional and 21.6 for Gooseneck. You guys can see the gross combined weight rating. This truck is heavy on the curb, 8,433 pounds. And then here's a yellow sticker to show the PSI for the tires. Now, some people are going to say in the comment section that this truck is way overpriced. And maybe for some people, yes, that is true. These trucks have gotten a lot more expensive for sure. But you have to admit, there's not a lot of things you need to add. So if you want this truck to be cheaper, you don't really have to add a bunch of stuff to it, because at the end of the day, it is really well equipped without options on it. But I do understand some people are going to want these wheels, some people are going to want the rear heated seats, and once you start adding 1 or 2 things, you're pretty much adding everything. So buying this truck under 90 grand, and I'm sure they're going to discount it too, and having almost 3,700 pounds of payload, this is a really nice truck. And I think that for what Ford is priced at, I think this is a good deal.